Greetings and salutations everyone, Crimson Nero here, and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Heroes. In the last episode, we completed Mystic Mansion and Robot Storm. In this episode, we're gonna wrap things up for Team Chaotix with Egg Fleet, Final Fortress, and the Egg Emperor. Let's do this, guys! Sweeping camera, boom, right on the characters, monologue begins, and epic music goes! Let's do this! Hey man, I love me some Egg Fleet. It is a really cool stage. See, I feel like this is a level where grinding is actually done very well, and the fact that the level doesn't necessarily focus on it, but the sections where it's there, it's fun, especially because like it allows you to have multiple paths that are easily accessible. And I don't know what happened. Like this level is just way better than Rail Canyon, in my opinion. I like this one so much better, and it does so many of the same things. And yet this one just is so much better in my opinion. I just don't know. Maybe it's the music, maybe it's just the atmosphere. I don't know, but I like this one so much better. It's also because it's very climactic, because like, hey, we're the final stage of the game. Well, final stages, I should say. This is only 13 out of 14, and there's still the boss fight, but still though.
You're a bee. You're supposed to be used to flying, aren't you?
All right, so like Frog Forest, our main objective in this stage is to get to the end of the stage without getting caught by the enemies.
I wonder if we could take one.
Well, in Frog Forest, we had to not be detected by the frogs. In this stage, we have to deal with just traditional enemies. I mean, like the cannons and stuff, those can notice you, but if any of the traditional enemies notice you, then you're gonna have a bad time.
There are so many battleships. Could this be Eggman's armada?
Armada!
They're all controlled by robots. Guess the dock is pretty low.
Alrighty.
Let's keep it that way.
Also, Team Chaotix does not blow up any ships like Team Sonic or Team Dark do.
Plenty of enemies around here.
Also, now is when SBO's ability to throw shurikens really comes in handy, because you're going to be playing as him a lot by himself. So having something that he can do in order to fend off enemies really helps.
Take the lead.
Let's go.
I'll take it.
Man, Egg Fleet is so much fun. I don't care who I'm playing as. Egg Fleet is just a really, really fun and well done stage.
Let's go. Maybe best to
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like I get to like the halfway point of the stories in Sonic Heroes, and I'm just kind of like in like a, I don't know, like darker spot than I am at any other point. Like that's kind of like the low point for me, basically. And maybe that's I understand that like in just like talking, not really talking, but in just like stories in general, that's kind of like the point where like the story gets like at its lowest is towards the middle. I mean, like if you ever look at the diagrams involving the hero's journey, which is a very popular story writing technique, the halfway point is when something big happens and the hero and maybe even player or reader starts to feel bad, basically. I mean, you can see this in such classics as like Star Wars, for example, like the original Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. That's the hero's journey in a nutshell. And I feel like maybe that can also apply to Sonic Heroes in a little bit. I mean, at least when we first see the Egg Fleet being introduced halfway through the game, we're just like, all right, we just beat Eggman. It's on. We're awesome. Everything's taken care of. Next thing you know, it's like, nope, you still got half the game, and look what you have to go against. It's like, if anything, like it doesn't really make you feel bad. It almost kind of makes you feel kind of awesome. You're just like, oh, That's what I have to go up against next? Sweet. But yeah, like, I don't know what it is, but like, I get to, I go through the first half, and I'm just kind of like, alright, this is pretty fun, and then like, it slowly starts to waver downwards, and then it kind of picks back up once I get to Frog Forest, and like, considering I love the Halloween aesthetic for Hang Castle and Mystic Mansion, that's really awesome for me. And then when you get to Egg Fleet, it starts out so right. It just builds the hype and just doesn't let you go. And then Final Fortress is basically just like, all right, here's where the game tests you on your abilities as a player and what you have learned. It's basically your final exam. You are showing that you have learned what it takes to conquer this game. And then the fight against the Egg Emperor is a grueling fight, or well, can be a grueling fight, but it's really there to be like super exciting and to be like the big climactic battle against Eggman. So yeah, like in terms of like the narrative structure, like I don't know what it is, but just it kind of follows the same formula. Just like, all right, things start high, then kind of dip down a little bit towards the middle, and then it swiftly builds up to the final climactic battle. All right, so here we are for the last time. We are here at Final Fortress. Five keys in order to rescue our clients. All right, let's begin. Shouldn't be too bad.
Here we go.
Kind of just wanted to get a little bit of footing so I don't have to deal with the enemies too much. I mean, I have to deal with them, but like I just wanted to give myself a little bit of room, actually. Whoa! Hello! Was not expecting you there, Mr. E1000.
I'll take the lead.
Keep our distance from the cannon. Good job, boys.
I'll take the lead. Here we go. Pew, pew.
Hooray for positive reinforcement, or encouragement. Yeah, encouragement.
Here we go.
Aha! I'll take the lead.
Uh-oh, we're falling. Hooray for triangle jump. No, I missed the treasure. Oh, well.
I'll take the lead.
Here we go. Got it. Run!
I'll take the lead.
Here we go.
Alright. More rings. Another cannon dealt with. Honestly, I can just jump over. I mean, don't know why I wasted time with that, but got a couple more rings, got some bonus points, took care of some minor threats. It's okay.
Anytime you're ready.
Thank you. Keep going.
Man, it's kind of weird to think that this is the last time that we're playing through Final Fortress.
Here we go.
We're playing through it for the fourth time! Fourth time! Fourth time! Fourth time! Playing through it for the fourth time!
I'll take the lead.
The fourth time? The fourth time? The fourth time? The fourth time.
Let's go.
I'll take the lead.
Does this fan even turn on? Like, okay. I mean, I'm glad that the speed character, like, tornado pole is there, but, like, it says power and speed here, and yet you really only use speed. Almost sent me off into the abyss there.
Here we go.
Here we zoom.
Maybe best to try it there.
Oh yeah, I noticed that in Egg Fleet there I don't think there were the cannons that get like propelled upward when you smash down on them like there were in Team Rosa's story. I guess it wouldn't really have been very useful, but I I don't know, maybe they could have had them and I just didn't notice, but at the same time though, if you're going to be focusing most of your gameplay time on using SBO to sneak by everything, then really having those wouldn't necessarily be very useful or important or necessary. So, you know what? They can stay in Team Rose's stage, and that is just fine with me. Just happen to notice.
Here we go.
I'll take the lead.
Here we go.
I'll take the lead.
Here we go.
I mean, the game does do things to make each playthrough somewhat different in some way, whether it be from the difficulty or the fact that you have to do missions or even some of the aspects of the characters and their gameplay. Like, the game does do a good amount to make each playthrough seem different in some way. Just kind of wish that there was a little bit more to it.
Explosion. If we were any slower, we'd be toast for sure.
But I mean, we went over it a couple episodes ago. It's just that it would take a lot. Admittedly, it would take quite a lot in order to make a game that it was completely different for 4 teams of 3 characters. Like that would be a pretty big effort. But I mean, hey, it's definitely something.
Red. I said red laser.
I'll take the lead. Here we go.
Man, sure I've gained a lot of extra lives as the Chaotix crew.
Knock 'em out.
Part of that is just the overwhelming amount of spam that I've been unleashing with the Team Blast.
Here we go.
I'll take the lead.
Here we go. Anytime.
For example. Nah, you only gave me 10 rings. Well, it's still 1/10 of the way to another extra life. The rest? Dude, there's only one more.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Alright, we should be getting pretty close to the end here.
Here we go. Let's go.
I'll take the lead.
Let's go.
I'll take the lead.
This isn't Vector's specialty.
Only so he can just break open the one thing we need to progress and then immediately switch to someone else. Actually, how does grinding work? How does grinding on one rail work for the power character? Considering the power character normally allows the other characters to line up beside them. Will they just be behind them? I don't really know. I've never really took note of it, but it's just a very small thing. Plus, I mean, knowing the game's AI when it comes to players that aren't currently being controlled by the player. Wait, did I say that right? The game handles controlling other characters that aren't controlled by the player, by basically just plopping them wherever the game wants, really. It's like, oh hey, you're playing as Charmy and or you're playing as SBO and you don't really know where the other characters are. Oh well, they're here, right in front of you. They just popped up out of nowhere, and then they immediately just drop into the pit. It's like, you only need to press a button and switch them. It'll be fine.
I'll take the lead. Vector, there's the lot of them.
All right. Leave them to me.
Sweet, our last key. Let's open this cage up by destroying all the enemies, and we'll be done.
Here we go.
I'll take the lead.
Here we go.
I'll take the lead.
Here we go.
Time to spam the team attack or team blast.
Here we go. Got it.
Alrighty. And we're going out with style.
Thank you.
And that's it. We're done.
Not
and yet we get a C now. The grading system in this game is weird. Alrighty. Time for the final climactic battle against the Egg Emperor.
Looks like we're in a jam, boys.
Evil must die. Beware my ninja power.
Enough of this! Just be out, Tommy, Victor! I will be your maker!
Bring it on!
I'll show you what real
Yeah, Dean Bristol actually recorded that line "Time to Meet Your Maker" twice because it's very different for the Chaotix crew. Don't know why, because they could have just used the same clip that they used for all the other teams, but just I don't know. It sounds very different because it's a completely different recording of the same line. I don't know why they did that, but I mean, hey, it's there. Just a little thing to note.
Here we go!
Please do not charge at me, please. Oh, I said don't charge at me, no! Oh man, I didn't get the power up for Charmy that I wanted. Oh well.
Let's go.
Hopefully we can deal with him while he's on this platform. Maybe do some damage with Vector, we'll see. Maybe I can even snag a power up from one of the enemies, I don't know. At least for right now, let's just try to do some damage. Probably won't do much, but hey, at least we got rid of the missiles here. Oh jeez. Yikes, everything is everywhere! Ah!
Okay.
You know, I'm just... What even hit me there? I don't even know.
I'll take the lead!
Yeah, really doesn't seem to be doing anything. Maybe I can get a Team Blast going pretty soon here. Well, at least we got some rings to enable us to stay alive for a little bit longer. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting to do a whole lot without the second level up for Charmy there. Maybe we can change things up and get it through these platforms.
I'll take the lead!
Hopefully this time I can actually... Yes! Good! The fine recipe for Eggman's inevitable demise has been concocted. Just one flight character plus 2 flight character power-ups equals Eggman being defeated. What a delicious recipe. I love it. The Wonder Chef would give me such a good amount of praise. Alright, let's wrap this up. Hey guys, wanna come back here so I can actually hit him, please? Ah!
Gonna hurt you real bad!
I won't go down that
As he's laying, exploding on the floor. All right, guys, that is it. We're done with Sonic Heroes. Well, I would say that, but we're not quite done yet. Seriously, if you didn't expect a final story segment after Sonic Adventures 1 and 2 having final story segments, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, trust me, this is the second to last episode. We'll be going through the final episode next time, where we take on the true final boss.
Dr. Eggman, I presume.
And spoiler alert, Dr. Eggman is actually our client. He was locked up in his own base. But by who?
Good detective.
We'll figure all that stuff out in the next episode.
Hey, hold on, you guys.
So, Team Chaotix's theme song is in fact called Team Chaotix, sung by Gunnar Nelson.
As soon as I conquer the world, I will pay you some nerve.
Alrighty guys, so I will see you all in the next episode where we take on the final story for Sonic Heroes and wrap up this LP. I'm Crimson Nero, thank you very much for watching this episode, and until next time everyone, fare thee well.